I think that's our greatest gift is to bring joy. I enjoy um, seeing the bright side of things, getting people to laugh. I think laughter is just a wonderful healing thing. It sounds terrible, but when there's something that seems kind of tragic or sad, I tend to, in my mind, I'll start kind of laughing about it and, thinking, oh, this is like Saturday Night Live or something. I can't believe this is really happening. I detach from it. And if you would tell somebody that, what you're thinking, it would sound very disrespectful, because part of me really does care what's going on, but part of me, it just gets overwhelming. It's like, I cannot believe this. And so I build a story around it, and in the retelling of it, it just cracks people up.
I bring a lot of enjoyment and a lot of interest, I think, to a relationship because of the variety of things that I'm doing and other people can plug into and share and mutual exchange. The downside is that I could get bored easily and that I would be on to what's next. So the idea of staying with a relationship and getting through those phases in a relationship that require the really drudging it out and sticking with the parts of it that are probably not satisfying to me, I have to work at making sure I stay with it, really stay with the process of the relationship and allow their true intimacy to occur. The other side of that is that if that relationship ends, it's over and I move on. So what's next is what's next.
One of my mottos in life is not to ask why, but what next. So I had heard that once when I was probably 13, and still when things get hard, I remember that. And but I've also had to stop and remind myself that sometimes I have to sit with that pain, and that's been quite a challenge. When I do stop and I do sit with it, I am better off, but I have to think myself through that. I have to remind myself to sit and be still and feel, because sitting with pain is not an easy thing for me.
I want people to know that we think we know everything, that we are really fun. We value people listening to us and hearing our ideas. We love to be in our heads talking about ideas, talking about options, the big picture. We can solve problems if you just listened to our ideas. We don't want to execute any of them because that's too much detail. We'd rather talk about them. But I want people to know, both as, from a professional standpoint, we're incredibly valuable when you talk about planning, coming up with ideas, problem solving. Not so good on the execution part necessarily, but, great on the planning part. And from a personal level, that we're fun. But to watch that the fun doesn't become a constant, an avoidance mechanism to avoid dealing with life, to always be on the go, to always be looking for that next shiny object.